What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Mainly Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, mainly movies. So welcome to the final Halloween horror special 80s edition. This is the very, very last one that I'm going to be making. The very last movie we're going to be talking about for the Halloween horror special of 2021, we're going to be talking about none other than Halloween 2. So Halloween 2 takes place directly after Halloween 1978. After Laurie Strode's first encounter with Michael Myers, she is now taken to the local hospital, where Michael Myers might just have followed her.
There was nothing within him, neither conscience nor reason, that wasn't even remotely human.
This is some kind of a joke? I've been trick-or-treated to death tonight.
You don't know what death is.
So guys, welcome back to another Halloween horror special video. This is the very, very last one. Now, I've had so much fun making these videos. I had another video I wanted to make earlier this week, just before I did this one, but I ran out of time, but I still wanted to conclude these videos because I really, really did enjoy making these. And I knew I had to conclude it with a Halloween movie on Halloween Day. Now, this isn't going to be the last Halloween movie I talk about, because I saw Halloween Kills on the opening night, and I will be talking about that movie sometime next week, so stay tuned for that review. But anyway, Halloween 2 1981 is a direct sequel to the 1978 Halloween film. Now, this movie was one that I remember seeing a while back when I was a kid. I loved watching the Halloween movies, more so as an early teenager, but when I remember watching this one, I remember hiring it from the DVD store, and I remember being more excited by it than I did when I recently just watched it. When I rewatched it, it felt like not much really happened. It felt actually very slow, but that didn't really turn me off. I still kind of enjoy this film. It's not perfect by any means. There's actually a lot of really silly stuff in this movie, which I'll get into, but yeah. I do like how the very opening of the film is the ending of Halloween 1, and then they just like breeze into it. It's really nice how it just kind of like just goes straight into the movie from Halloween 1. Like, we see the very ending where he falls off the balcony, and then Dr. Loomis like picks up the blood off the ground, and then it just moves into the movie from there. And I really like that very smooth transition into the second film. But yeah, like I said, Laurie Strode ends up going to the hospital because she got stabbed by him and also strangled as well. So she's there, and the whole movie sort of takes place in the hospital. Like, we cut back and forth between Dr. Loomis and Laurie Strode. Now, Dr. Loomis is pretty much the main character of this film, although he's still, just like the first movie, has really nothing to do. He just runs around telling people that Michael Myers is on the loose, and he's just scaring children by running around. He has no real major motive in this movie besides just trying to get everybody out of Haddonfield or steer clear from Michael Myers. It even gets to the point where the police, like halfway through the movie, they're just telling like him, just go. And I think they even order him to go back to Smith's Grove. I think it's Smith's Grove. They order him to go somewhere else, and then when he hears about Laurie Strode being Michael Myers' sister, which is another plot twist that they introduced into this film. Yeah, when he hears about that, he has to go to the hospital because he knows that Michael Myers wants to finish the job and kill her, so that's when that all happens. But that doesn't really happen until like the 40-50 minute mark of the film. Now, this movie is directed by Rick Rosenthal, who later did Halloween Resurrection. But this movie still has the John Carpenter feel. Like, he almost just completely replicated the John Carpenter style. He has the wide camera angle lenses, he has the movement, everything, the ensemble cast. It just feels like a John Carpenter movie, except just the way the characters act and everything, and just it feels like a really, really cheesy slasher film. It's a John Carpenter movie mixed with a cheesy slasher film. And although you might think that's good, it doesn't have the same feeling as the original did. It just needed that little John Carpenter touch. But again, I saw the rating. I think it was sitting on like a 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think the movie is that bad. There is a lot of silly things, such as There's a kid wearing pretty much the same mask as Michael Myers, and for some reason a cop runs him over, rams him into another car, and then explodes, killing the kid. They think it's Michael for the longest time, and then they realize that they just killed an innocent kid. It's so wacky and so stupid and dumb, but I love it. It's so funny. As well as some of the kills, one kill in particular, which this is the only thing I remembered from Halloween 2 was this kill, and that's when he turns the temperature of the spa really, really high, and then he like just keeps putting the chick's head in and out of the spa, and like she just keeps getting burnt and burnt until the point where she dies. And it feels like a Friday the 13th kill or something. Like it's really like it's a set up kill. It's not really. Michael Myers doesn't really set up his kills. He just kind of walks into a situation, finds whatever's around or a butcher knife or whatever, and just stabs somebody. That's usually what he does. So it feels like a Friday the 13th kill when he twists the temperature knob to get it to like the boiling point, and then he just grabs somebody's head and puts it in there. It feels like that Friday the 13th setup kill, and that was the only thing I remembered from this movie, other than the opening where he just walks from house to house and like kills like a teenage girl who's home alone and like an elderly woman. It's very much a basic film until you get to the point where he finally gets to the hospital and all that. And also I do want to mention the fact that like I don't know whether Michael Myers just studied that hospital or whatever, but he just knows where to go. He knows what room everybody's in. He's like doing like Metal Gear Solid stealth. He's just like walking around the building and nobody just seems to notice, even though he's like right there. It's to the point where it's like ridiculous. And I don't understand how nobody noticed him, and I don't know how he knew his way around the hospital like that well. He just knew where everybody was, where all the rooms were. So in those terms, it is very, very ridiculous. But again, this movie is actually, I wouldn't say like scary. It doesn't give me the chills. It's a good movie to watch on Halloween, like I did. The thing that this movie does, there was actually a couple of jump scares at the start of the movie that actually did get me. They were just loud, and I was like, oh shit. But other than that, that was about it. I think it was like the dog barking at the start, like where the camera like pans as in like a POV, and then the dog just starts barking, like that sort of stuff. That like jump scared me, but other than that, nothing really got me. And it's not really gory per se. It's just like basic kills, except for that one spa one where he sets that kill up. And other than that, this movie is very, very basic. I do like this movie though. It is my second or third favorite Halloween movie. I'm not going to rank them because like there's too many of these movies, especially with Halloween Kills that just came out, plus the two Rob Zombie ones, H2O Resurrection, 4, 5 and 6, number 3. And so next year I'm hoping to do another Halloween horror special segment next Halloween in 2022. I have a theme in mind for that one, so I'm hoping I can do that. And it will obviously end with Halloween 3, because I did Halloween on Halloween 2 years ago, I believe it was, and that where I reviewed Halloween and the 2018 one, and I was going to do Halloween 2 last year, but I couldn't get around to doing it. Now I'm doing Halloween 2 this year, and hopefully I can do Halloween 3 next year. But other than that, yeah, this movie, it kind of has the same sort of thing with The Fog, where the first 40 or 50 minutes are just setting up characters, and there's just so many characters in this movie as well. Some of them you don't even really see later on. One big issue I have with this movie in particular, not so much the original, but this movie, is every cop in this movie wears the same outfit, looks exactly the same, and at the end when they're all at the front of the building, there's like a billion of them, and I don't know which character's which. I don't know which. If you asked me, like, do you remember that one cop from Halloween 2? I could not tell you which one it is because they all look the same. I reckon the only thing I can tell is there's a blonde one and then there's a brunette guy. That's all I can really say about the cops. There's too many of them. They introduce so many that I couldn't keep up. And finally, I do want to mention Michael Myers in this film. The mask. I remember this mask as well from the first time I saw it. I always remember this mask because it has like the skin color at the bottom around the neck, and like it just looks a lot more mean. Like it looks a lot more vicious. Like the face looks angry. It doesn't look like in the original where it's just like the plain white face. It looks kind of angry. So I do like that, and I like how it matches Michael's kind of feeling in this movie. Like Michael feels very angry in this movie. I mean, obviously he felt like that in the original, just going around killing people, but it felt more like he was like a ghost in that one. Like he was just kind of in the background all the time. Whereas this movie, he just like kind of like breaks into places. Although he does have his Metal Gear Solid Sneak 100 fucking stealth levels in this movie, but he also at the end does not give a shit and walks in to areas, doesn't care if people have a gun, and he just wants to stab people. So he is kind of like a brute in this film as well. But overall, yeah, I enjoy Halloween 2. It was a good watch, a good rewatch, but it wasn't as special and as exciting as I remember it the first time I ever watched it. But I will recommend it if you're a Halloween fan. If you're not, you could easily miss out on this and you wouldn't really miss out on much. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching these Halloween horror special videos. I really did enjoy making them. It's a sad time to stop talking about horror movies, because I always love this season talking about horror movies and everything. And this month was successful. I pretty much did the whole thing except for that one review which was meant to be Reanimated, but I might just cover that another time or next year, maybe, depending on what goes on. But hopefully I can cover that sometime. But everything else pretty much went according to plan. I would set days that I would record these videos and make them. It was a lot of hard work setting up all of this, the lighting and everything. So yeah, and I recently did just get a like a little shirt mic here. So I don't know what the audio is going to be like. Tell me if it's really good or not. But yeah, I did really enjoy making these videos. It's going to be sad to stop making them, but oh well. I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So yeah, that concludes the Halloween horror special videos for 2021. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching. And there's going to be plenty more videos coming shortly. Next week I want to do a Halloween Kills review. The new James Bond movie comes out. I'm hoping to go see that. I'm hoping to go see that Ridley Scott movie, The Last Duel. And obviously Dune and The French Dispatch, they're coming out in I think it's December time. So yeah, I'm going to be quite busy reviewing a lot of movies. So yeah, definitely stay tuned to the channel because I'm looking forward to doing a lot of those. So guys, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned, I'll see you guys next time.